Social media has made us really out of touch. Really. People are just becoming zombies. Maybe they always were. Maybe they have been. But it is just scary to look through the comment sections of videos. To see, the things that people say to each other and how they've basically come full circle with their hypocrisy, Everybody calls somebody else out for being fake, for copying the next person. But you see so many cases of people using the same ideas from others as templates, trends, viral. Everything's viral, And people just consume and they just spit out what has already been created, and then they call themselves a creator. They dare to call themselves a creator. And it's not like you can't be inspired. It's not like you can't, absorb and take from what's already out there in the public space, but you have to at least be humble, at least acknowledge where that came from. And to spit in the hands, in the pot that brings you luck, That brings you a fortune, that feeds you. It's pretty sad. People have this high and mighty attitude that once they've reached a certain threshold of whatever their target is, whether it's money or followers or likes or whatever, they feel like they've elevated to some degree, when in reality they haven't. It's just a number that's changed. That's literally it has no bearing on the type of person you are at that moment. It just says something about, how this has interacted with others, how what you have put out there has been reached. So we have forgotten, in a way, to honor those of the past. Many people have taken credit for achievements that aren't rightfully theirs. They have stolen thoughts, plagiarized. We're all human. We're all meant to, kind of stir the pot to have a slice of the pie. But some people's slices are massive, and their arrogance is so, unpalatable. To even see what they say, to sense their kind of immediate desires, it just feels really unbearable to be around. And so I retreated. Honestly, a few years ago, that kind of started. And I never really was the type to be completely invested in social media. I never used Twitter. I tried TikTok for about 2 weeks, deleted it, was on Snapchat briefly during its first year. And Facebook and Instagram were only the two that I really resonated with because it felt like those were the most real. And now they've just been overrun. It's just very, gross. Gross is the best way to describe it. To just sift through it, the overstimulation, the degeneracy, the attempts at attention grabbing. Everybody wants a moment. Everybody wants to pull you in. Some try to accomplish it by shaking their ass, dressing provocatively and enticing you to click on something, to buy something. Some try to, post crazy edited videos to make themselves look, otherworldly. Some make these outlandish claims and start drama, and the list goes on and on about being bigger and badder than the next person. Men and women, there's no difference on these platforms. Attention seeking, that drug has no preference. It takes everybody. Whoever is willing to succumb to the machine. So I think the best thing you can do is stay humble. You have to stay humble, which I think really means staying away as much as you can, as often as you can from social media. If you can entirely, I would say limit yourself to just professional and creative use only, because anything else seems to be just invitation for degeneracy and bad energy. If it's not one, it's the other. It's hard to interact with a healthy person because everybody's consuming these memes and overloading their brain, swiping. Get off on Instagram, start swiping on TikTok. Get off TikTok, open the dating app, start swiping on there. It's ridiculous. And it's like we can't even tell ourselves that there is a problem because we don't care. We've done it for so long. I mean, some of us have done it since 2013, 2014. It's been about 10 years. And imagine for the developing minds, being an adult is one thing. Maybe you're able to have balance if you're somebody who's aware enough to see the danger. But the chances that you actually care, so low. Just brain rot destroys you from the inside out. It's a vice. It's a drug. It's a phenomenon. Definitely something that should be studied. And it has value. Everything has value intrinsically. And it's all about the way that people use it and mold it. But the patterns are there. The trends have corrupted the intention. Maybe what was once an effort to connect people globally from the farthest reaches to stimulate us, to motivate us, to create, to share, to discover, now has become a competition. It's a playing field where there is no getting ahead. Because really getting ahead means destroying everything that we probably should stand for, which most of us probably would agree on if we really look deeply. What does that look like? We probably shouldn't be stepping all over each other just to get ahead. We probably shouldn't be, talking shit to every single, person that disagrees with us. We probably shouldn't be, scamming and, running illegal operations through these networks. And the list goes on and on. I mean, that's just scratching the surface. We probably shouldn't be selling our bodies. We probably shouldn't be encouraging all this, technology usage at such a young age. Because we are very naive. We're very susceptible, more than we think. We think that we can just use this and have no effect. But if you look deeper, the effect is already there. When you return home, what's the first thing you do? You pull out your phone and you check all your social networks. Okay? How about after that? You've already gone through the list once. Well, check it again. Okay? Oh, somebody texted you. Gotta see what they said. Check the time. Oh, you're late for something. Well, it's just a loop, You're in this pattern, you're in this behavior, and I feel like the only way to do it is to recognize that there is an addiction, that there is a problem, and that there is a way to go about it that could liberate yourself in a way. So maybe it just takes some careful thought. But it's not that difficult, you just spend some time without it as much as you can. Some things I started doing was now when I run, I don't bring my phone anymore. And it helps because I don't have headphones now. And I think that's something I'm going to continue doing in the future is I need to stop being attached. Because also I'm making this message, but I'm making a video right now. I'm looking at my phone. I'm staring at a screen that I'm going to upload to YouTube. Now, fortunately, there's no real, immediate degeneracy associated with this process because my goal really is to communicate this idea, is to connect, is to share. So I do feel positive about that. But, it's tempting to, after this, jump on YouTube and continue watching some videos. But we gotta try to refrain from spending so much time on it. If we go to the bathroom, don't bring our phone. If we're cooking, try to just enjoy the ambience, the sounds of the cooking. If you're in public, don't be tempted to just stare at your phone when you're waiting for something. Scrolling, mine's doom scrolling. Why? Why are you staring at your phone? Why can't you just look? Why can't you just interact with the life around you? Here in Japan, it's insane. People their eyes are absolutely glued to their screen everywhere they go. Don't be like that. Don't become a zombie. And then become so arrogant that when someone points it out, you can't even see it. Do you want to die in hubris? We're gonna die anyway, but you might as well die with the knowledge and wisdom of those that came before us. You can't get that from your phone. You need to get that from being out in the world, from talking to people, from listening, not from staring, not from mindlessly, spacing out into the void of the screen. There's certain life experiences that just happen naturally. That's the key. Naturally. It's not about these viral, curated sensations that everybody wants to experience. They're really just capitalistic investments that have been compounded over years and years. It's about going through the motions, experiencing monotony, experiencing boredom, experiencing the beauty of connection with the environment, with the space around you, with silence itself. Things that you don't get when you're staring at the screen and you're listening to nonsense. Not to say it's all bad, but how do you tell the difference? At some point, you take in so much volume, 8 hours a day on your phone. How do you even begin to delineate what was helpful for you? What was actually healthy of that time? I don't know. So, hopefully you enjoyed this little rant, and it was fun for me. I mean, I was chowing down on some dumplings. Really good. Oishi desu. Shikoshi shopai desu. Demo dumpling ga suki desu. Itsumo ga suki desu. They're always good. Basics. Simple. Get back to basics. Get back to writing. Get back to reading. Get back to walking. Get back to listening. Get back to observing. Tasting. Use your senses. Basic stuff. Feel the world around you. Don't get caught in the virtual experience that is designed to keep you trapped, that is designed to suck your energy, your time, your money, and most importantly, your soul. It's hard to get that back. Excuse me. Wow. But it is. You spend enough time on this, it's hard to even call it a device, but this black hole of sorts, this pocket dimension, you can get sucked into it, We've seen people lose their minds, do crazy stuff because they've seen it on the internet. So humility, patience with yourself, and awareness. Stay in touch, listen, observe, and realize who you actually want to be aside from what you see on social media. All right, take care, and until the next one, peace.